Alrighty, I have some fantastic news for you guys today. We got clearance from Canada's Wonderland to talk about the refurbishment that is going on over at Mindbuster. If you want more details and stuff going on in the off season, definitely check us out on Patreon. But as you can see here, they are starting to tear up the Helix. The entire Helix is being cut up by the looks of things, as well as some interesting stuff going on the lift hill and the return trip from the turnaround on Mindbuster. So it is another very large section of Mindbuster being done. I would be surprised if they don't just finish it off, but as you can see where they've cleared snow currently on Mindbuster, you can see those little markings that we saw last time, that they're going to cut it up and all that. And yeah, so I would be really shocked if they just don't finish it all. But I guess maybe it comes down to timing. It might be a 3-part series in terms of Mindbuster, but right now it's looking like a pretty big chunk. And they're getting started early. So some very exciting news. There was the possibility that this wasn't going to happen this year, but now it's happening, so that's really exciting. But our 2026 water slide definitely doesn't look like it's happening. But I'll take this over a water slide any day. Any day. And there's obviously some other things going on, and if you want to know about those, head on over to our Patreon, but we're only allowed to talk about Mindbuster on YouTube right now. So as you can see here, a very nice size team cutting up Mindbuster into segments. We saw it happen last year. They'll then go in and remove these segments, and Gravity Group will send their new prefab track for a much smoother experience, and we'll see some reprofiling, I hope, because currently Mindbuster kind of hits this Helix like a wall. So very curious to see how Gravity Group does this awesome part of the ride, and we're going to get a new tunnel on top of that. If you really think about it, we're going to get a new tunnel, possibly. I don't know if they're going to use the same metal shielding or paneling, but I assume we'll get some new one. But so by the way, I'm sick if you can't tell in this video. So if I sound weird or I sound out of it, I am sick. There are definitely some markings. I want to point out control points along the ride when they pop up, because I'm trying to get you guys into the habit of noticing these control points and what they mean. So if you see right there, I'm zooming in on it. That's a control point. They pop up usually when a construction project is about to begin. They use them for monitoring the construction project to ensure that it is exactly how the rendering has painted it as well. But definitely the water park is surrounded by them, Whitewater Canyon is surrounded by them, and Flight Deck is surrounded by them as well currently. So very telling about the future of our park. Again, I'll dive into more detail. The same demolition markings, if you're looking very closely on that post where it says do not stand up, you'll notice the black and white checker on the one of the posts there. The same checker we saw when they were demolishing the exit platform for Thunder Run. So definitely suggestive, but take this with a grain of salt that maybe the lift hill is going to get redone as well, and it's going to come down. But that is definitely an assumption at this point. So again, what do we say about assumptions? It can make an out of you and me. So yeah, but it definitely, it would be really awesome if they redid the lift hill. It'd be the perfect timing. Maybe we're going to get new Gravity Group trains with this as well. Eventually, if they redo the brake run and the lift hill, we could get those new trains, and it's a complete overhaul of Mindbuster. But way too early to tell. So we'll go off of what we know and happening right before us on the screen, and that is the Helix is definitely being retracked completely, as well as a little portion of the return trip leading into the Helix on Mindbuster. But as you can see, they do have little sections that are cleared even there on the brake run right as it enters the brake run, and a little bit more of the return trip from the turnaround. So here's another one of those control points right near the brake run. So I'm hoping that is very telling that the brake run is also going to get redone, and this might suggest those new trains. But again, I'm only going off of what I've known over the years of doing this channel and all the things I've learned. Those control points are very important information about projects and construction projects that are about to happen. So when you see those, every time I've seen those, there's been a current construction project that pops up. There's that giant claw that'll probably be used to tear apart the helix. And yeah, I'm very excited. There's another control point right there. I'm very excited to see what Gravity Group does with this, because this is honestly, like, it is better than a B&M, that first half of Mindbuster, in terms of smoothness. So if they can really do this entire coaster this current off season, bam, I'd rather ride Mindbuster fully redone than Behemoth. That's super controversial, but I'd rather ride a fully refurbished Mindbuster over Behemoth any day. And Yukon. I'd rather ride this over Yukon as well. But yeah, so comment down below. Are you guys excited? Was this like the news you were waiting for? Because, you know, it was really starting to get a little dull out here. I'll admit, you know, no new water slide, no new announcements from Wonderland. Does this brighten your days? Because I think this is what you all wanted. I know from speaking to you guys in the park, this was really high on everyone's bucket list in terms of additions that you wanted for Wonderland to finish. So very exciting. Super excited to see the progress of this. Stay tuned to this channel for that. Have a good one, guys. Bye.